Man, Mike Johnson is a mess. Let's talk about this wild situation going on down in Congress. Because what's happening with Adelita Grijalva and Speaker Mike Johnson ain't just some DC paperwork delay. It's some straight up bull. It's some straight up power move. And honestly, it might have backfired on him. So apparently, Speaker Johnson's been refusing to swear her in. And she's calling him out for it, saying he just misplayed his hand. Roll this clip.
I do think that that Speaker Johnson misplayed his hand on this one. I think he thought, oh well, it's just this woman in Arizona. We're going to go ahead and keep her quiet, and he does not know.
Did he know your dad?
What? No. And also, my nana thought that everyone. It's really a saying like "No te dejes, mijita." It's like no one is going to sit me down.
Yeah.
Like you're going to hear from me, and that'll be and really what he has done in stopping this obstruction and swearing me in is really highlighting how corrupt this administration is.
And man, she's not wrong. Mike Johnson really thought he could sideline her quietly, like nobody would notice if one woman in Arizona just didn't get sworn in. But instead of making her quiet, he amplified her. Because when you hold up the democratic process, especially when a person's vote could expose corruption, you make yourself look like you're part of the corruption. And that's what she's saying here. Thank you for proving my point. You ever notice how power trips always start small? Like, oh, we'll handle that next week. Or we're just waiting for the normalcy. That's how folks just justify bad behavior, by pretending it's temporary. But this ain't temporary. This is what authoritarianism looks like when it's dressed up in procedure.
There needs to be reforms all across the board, and giving me this opportunity to connect with people across the country that I might not have, been able to connect with at least for a couple of years. And now here we are. And I feel, there are people throughout this nation that were during No Kings had signs that said, swear her in. They wouldn't have known about me at all.
Now, that part right there. That's the part Johnson ain't see coming. He tried to block her out the system, but instead he turned her into a symbol of how broken the system really is. Think about that. One woman's supposed to take the oath. Simple thing, right? And now it's a movement. People in the streets with signs saying, swear her in. That tells you something. When the public's got to protest for someone to just get their job in Congress, this is not democracy. This is performance. And it's not even a good one. They're hiding behind the shutdown, pretending business as usual can't happen, when really, they just don't want to give her the power to vote. Because that one vote, that's the swing. That's the one that can force the release of those Epstein files. Yeah, you heard me.
But thank you, Speaker Johnson, for making sure that what you did is highlight how corrupt this system that you're protecting is. And we're going to fight through that. We really are.
Yeah, you're like a human x-ray machine. We see everything more clearly now because of your involvement.
That's what I'm talking about. She flipped the disrespect into fuel. And you can tell this just ain't politics for her. It's personal because she knows the truth. The same folks claiming law and order are the ones bending every rule to find a way to keep the secrets sealed. Now let's not skip over why they don't want her vote counted. It's tied to the Epstein files. It's true. It means her swearing in could lead to powerful names being made public. And some of those names, by some reports, include Republicans and the current president, Donald J. Trump. That's not speculation anymore. That's real fear. Because when the power is scared, it stalls, it distracts, it hides behind procedure. The whole thing is a reminder how fragile democracy really is in America. All it takes is one person in power deciding, I don't like the outcome, so I ain't gonna let it happen. That's it. No coups, no tanks, no riots. Just one man blocking a woman's oath and calling it politics. But where's the respect for Adelita? Instead of begging for approval, she's exposing the play. She's saying, you think you heard me? You're really just showing your hand. And that's true power. That's what true courage looks like when it's cornered. Look, whether you like her or not, this whole situation says a lot about where we're at in the country. We talk about the rule of law, checks and balances, but lately it feels like those rules only apply to the regular folks, not the ones writing them. Mike Johnson tried to keep the spotlight off his corruption, but now it's shining right back at him. Because when you silence one voice in democracy, you make millions start listening even closer. So if this whole ordeal proves anything, at least to me, it's power don't like transparency, but it can't survive without the illusion of fairness. And right now, that illusion is cracking. You know it's your boy, and this is Hood Politics, where we just don't break down the news. We pull the curtain back and show you who's really playing the game. Drop a gavel in the comments if you tired of watching politicians hide behind being a patriot while they protect each other from accountability. Make sure you like, subscribe, and come back for more.